So not only is he a nonce, he's an incestual guy too. Trans, predator.
A user posted some scenes of a 14-year-old character named Violet from the movie Incredibles. Ava replied saying, "Low-key, she's cute."
Chris is saying, please draw a sexualized image of this character, right?
It's important to understand that Ava was invited to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and everyone should be aware of this.
Okay, this looks, oh dear, this is, We're gonna look at the reputation of another trans individual. And I tell you what, as we move into this part, okay? We're chasing, guys. No, in all seriousness, okay? I feel, what's the name of that guy? Oh, Sunny V2. Remember Sunny V2 made that video about Chris from MrBeast and was heavily criticized for that. Now, I still think that we're looking back with kind of rose-tinted glasses, okay? Because that video did kind of suck. And it was just a vague sort of, oh, well, they're trans, so that's going to cause a problem. However, there is constantly new information that comes forward, okay, that I personally feel offers something of a vindication to Sunny V2, right? Because a new video has been released. Now, I covered a segment of someone talking about Chris from MrBeast, and it was a bit light on meat and potatoes. There wasn't much meat on the bone, shall we say, okay? However, a new hit piece has come out that apparently shows more of this wretched behavior that is, you know, well, we'll see. We'll have a look. We'll see, okay? So let's have a look. So, where is it? So
Before starting this video,
this is called, "This Video Will Make You Hate Chris Tyson." And the thing that is so shocking about this for me is it's from this person called Adrox, who has got 8K subs. So it's not exactly a massive commentary channel that scooped this. This is like, I don't know, some guy. Dude, I don't know. Look at this. What we got? Ryan Garcia. Oh, the satisfying downfall of the only... It's like random Technoblade. And then, boom. Here's a hit piece on Chris Tyson that is totally devastating, so I hear, to their reputation. Good callback title too. This isn't pre-watched, by the way. I did skim through it briefly to see the rough thing I'll be looking at, but I have not watched this. I've maybe watched a couple of seconds of the thing, okay? It's not pre-watched. I've heard about it though. Apparently it's a good one. So without any further ado, let's get into this and see what happens.
Before starting this video, I want everyone to understand two things. First of all is drawings. Japanese manga that is explicit and involves cartoon characters. It's focused on characters and plots depicting underage girls. Now, I think it's clear enough for anyone to understand what it means if a real person draws or likes drawings. The second thing is, I will not make up anything or accuse anyone. I will only show some disgusting and unbelievable things Chris has done, along with proof. But now you're probably thinking, what in the world does Chris have to do with all of this? To say the least, you're wrong and right at the same time. However, there's a very sketchy personality involved in this story, also known as Shadman.
Hey, Shadman! So I know you probably heard this before. I know you've probably seen the Shadman stuff before, but apparently this is all new info we're about to see. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, Shadman's biggest claim to fame is drawing disgusting, like, sexualized images, I believe, of Keemstar's daughter, right? Who at the time was underage. I mean, it's a fucked up thing to do regardless, but particularly if they're underage, I mean, obviously it makes it nonce behavior.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Hey!
Tips to when you need him.
Thank you for the $5. True.
Shadman was a normal guy until he decided to attend an art university in Switzerland to pursue his passion for art. However, shortly after, he was expelled when some of his artwork was discovered to be illegal. even considered a danger to society.
Dude, let me pause to read some of this. Eventually, the artwork in his portfolio was discovered, containing drawings that were considered highly illegal and was called a menace to society. I don't know the Shadman law to this level, leading him to be expelled from his school soon afterward. Still wanting to pursue his dreams, he did freelance art before making his break online on Newgrounds in 2009. After serving in the army for a short period in Switzerland, he would later move to Canada and eventually the United States. He resides in the Los Angeles area in California. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing. I think this is a lot before my time. So I don't know much about what it was like at the time. But I'm guessing it was some big controversy when it was revealed he was a complete degen. ChudLogic is reading his personal wiki page.
Danger to society. But something more extreme was about to happen. He launched his own website, and that's when his talented artwork came to light. In 2011, he did a very disgusting and unexpected thing. He released art of his own mother. As expected, he didn't stop there. Someone would tweet on November 8th, 2016.
So not only is he a nonce, he's an ancestral guy too. Someone said based. No, that's not. No, come on, dude. Can we drop the fucking meta irony shit? That's fucked up, man. Bro. Listen, I don't mind. Listen, joke is one thing, but actually doing the thing. There's one person that said it, okay? Dude, I don't care about jokes and memes and shit, but to do it. Like, I feel like there's this thing where someone does a thing, and it's like, oh, base. No, he did the thing. What do you mean? He did it.
16, asking Shadman to draw Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time, doing inappropriate things with Donald Trump. Shadman will respond by saying that if Trump wins the election, he will deliver it. And as we know, Trump wins, and as promised, Shadman will post drawings of her in an unusual manner. As if this wasn't enough, he'll later release a drawing of her giving head to Donald Trump. However, Shadman's vision was much worse than imagined.
That's fucking
On January 24th, 2017, he posted a picture of Daphne Keene, referring to her.
It's funny how sick this guy is. Well, yeah. maybe it's because I'm father brain. But I can't see the funny side of it. Okay. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, we don't like, dude, I'm doing the Mama X thing. I just can't help it. It's grotesque to me. It's totally grotesque.
Her as a real life. Shockingly, just a few days later, he began posting drawings depicting her being severely molested.
Oh my God,
what makes this even more disturbing is that she was only 12 years old at the time. Yet this wasn't the first time Shadman has done something like this.
So that's the other, so, you know, I've obviously made my position on this stuff clear what I think about it. But I think using an actual child as a sort of source for it, it makes it worse, right? There's a much more direct link to being a full-blown PDF when you do that, right? Because you're looking at a real child and you are seeing a sexualized thing and then you're putting, you know, that's very different to just, I mean, it's still fucked to consume it, but I think it's another level of it, right? You'll notice the lack of well, I'm sure someone's going to say it now. Yes, exactly. Like the diaper like the diaper furry guy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Oh, wait. Can we squeeze a bit of Tip Tent in here too? That is true. Tipster did go out. Tipster did fall on the sword. Didn't he? He did defend Chris Tyson. Right? I think over the Shadman stuff, is that right? I don't know if he referenced it. Dude, I can't remember. Who's got the video? Send me the video and we'll get some Tip Tent in there, okay? Get it in there.
Lieutenant Corbis is also one of them. But aside from all that, a new question arises. How are Ava and Shadman linked? Well, the answer to this is another drawing by Shadman. It depicts a young girl wearing a "Please be patient, I have autism" cap, pointing a gun at her mouth. She has a fidget spinner as an earring and a spade tattoo on her thigh that says BBC, which we all know what it means. On November 18th...
Okay, dude, that is fucked, obviously. The Queen, that's honestly, that's kind of ruining the Queen of Spades meme for me. Because that's normally funny. That's normally a little funny thing. I did a whole video about it, right? But come on, man. Oh, God. Queen of Spades meme, yes, funny in and of itself. Not in this context, though. Okay? And yes, yeah.
2017, Ava responded to a tweet from Grande and MrBeast stating, "This is coming from a guy who owns a Chud-based drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room." Just some time later, they also posted the exact same drawing laid on the floor with the caption, "Bonus fidget spinners to throw some extra autism." Initially, it seems Chris was being sarcastic because this tweet came after Shadman had drawn all those disgusting images. However, something messy was going on behind the scenes. In this MrBeast video, you'll notice a very familiar thing at the 9 minutes and 30-second timestamp. From what I believe, keeping illegal art in the bedroom isn't normal at all. The shocking thing is that MrBeast and Chris were roommates during that time. Yet this is nothing in comparison to the next incidents.
Oh, so I think I know about this bit. And do you know what's so annoying about this, right? I know that everyone wants to get on the sort of like the trans stuff. I get that, okay? But what is much more damning is stuff like this. But whenever I see Chris from MrBeast get spoken about, what was it recently? Was it the Dr. Disrespect stuff, maybe? I can't remember. But people are always banging on about trans, predator. Bro, just put your fucking obsession with this stuff to one side and focus on this, because this is much more bulletproof. You know, get MrBeast to fucking answer to this shit. Yo, MrBeast, funny to see you in the replies. What about this? Did you not see this image on your roommate's wall? That is the stuff that is much more substantive in all of this. But for some reason, all people talk about is trans. You know why? Because people are fucking primed to do it. Forget that. This is the fucking meat and potatoes of the story. Okay? He isn't his dad. Okay, I agree with you if it was about him taking drugs or something like that, that is like a personal choice, you know, that isn't a fucking relevance or anything else. And also, the other thing with this too, right? This goes beyond drawings. This is a guy that has drawn real life people in sexual situations, children in sexual situations, right? Obviously not as severe and egregious as, you know, the actual thing itself, but still that could cause some problem or some harm, right? More so than just drawing a picture in and of itself. Yeah, I just don't agree with this idea that MrBeast, you know, has got nothing to answer for here. The point I'm making is people go at MrBeast for the trans stuff. If you're going to go at him for something, go at him for this. Don't worry about the trans shit. Talk about this. This is the thing that you want to get him on.
On April 16th, 2018, Ava replied under a deleted Shadman post saying, "No Beast Boy trap, Shad? You've changed."
I think that's new. I want to say. No need to respond to obscure callouts.
Basically, Ava was asking Shadman,
what do you mean? Obscure callouts. Someone you work with is likely a PDF file. What are you on about? It's not obscure, is it? This person that you constantly go on a limb to defend has got a very fucking dark past. That possibly means they're a nonce. Bro, what do you mean? You got to be baiting me. Anyway, what was this bit? This is new, right? No Beast Boy... Okay.
"You've changed." Basically, Ava was asking Shadman to draw art of Beast Boy, as Beast Boy was shown at different ages in the show. We can't say anything for certain, but that doesn't mean the tweet wasn't strange. Though we definitely can't say the same about the next tweet. On January 17th, 2018, a person tweeted saying, "Remember this growing up? Me too. Check it out at ChudBase," featuring a photo of the 4-year-old cartoon character Caillou with his mother. Obviously, we know ChudBase is a website with very disgusting content involving children and comic book characters, and the tweet clearly referenced that. But instead of opposing it, Chris joined in and replied, "Help, I need an adult."
Oh bro. Nah, no way, dude. I'm not familiar with this because we don't have it in the UK. Is it like Rugrats type stuff? Is it like that sort of situation? Rugrats level? That's what it looks like. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna fucking lose it, bro. This is grotesque. So what is happening here? Is this the artwork and it's cut off, or is this like just an odd looking image? What's going on here? Oh. Oh, the kid's got what? Cat? Okay, I don't know if you're trolling me or not, bro. Are you being serious? Is this a cut off image of molestation? How do you know? I'm not. No. I don't need to see that. Okay. If there's enough people in chat saying it, I normally wouldn't do this, but I think I'm probably just going to take your word for it. Okay. Well, dude, it's not that insane that someone may have seen this somewhere, right? Dude, this is the problem with some of this stuff. And I was a bit uncomfortable with this guy showing some of the images earlier and the amount of like stuff that he was showing. But like some of this stuff, like you don't want to see it, but you need to understand the grotesqueness of it, like at least censored, so you can see. You know, it's like it's fucked, man. Like in terms of if you are looking at it and you're getting aroused, okay, you are probably a PDF file and need to go and fucking, as I always say, seek some assistance, okay? Because there's no way that that would be arousing to you unless you have sexual attraction in that fashion, you know? Shadman posted that in his blog and Twitter. No, I can't look at it. It's too fucked, man. Too dad-brained. I'll take your word for it, chat.
I don't think there's any need to explain how crazy this stuff is. But what's even crazier is Ava's next tweet. Maybelle and Dipper are 12-year-old siblings from a show called Gravity Falls. On July 14th, 2017, a user tweeted comics of these characters kissing. Ava replied, "They're twins, so at this point, it's just right?"
Oh, bro! Oh my god, dude! I am ready to fucking go full Mama Max, man. Where's that fucking Alex? Where's that Rosen guy? Get him on the case. Bro, I'm ready for it. This is so fucked, dude. We don't like... No, dude, I don't want to, but dude, fuck me. This is just, like, this is totally fucked. I'm not overreacting. Well, I probably am, emotional about it, okay? Right? But, like, dude, this is so fucked up. Like, what good argument is there against the idea that Chris from MrBeast is just a nonce? Is a PDF? Like, what good argument is there against that? Oh, it's just jokes, it's just memes. Oh, they're getting, they're clearly interested in this kind of content. Oh no, it's probably just as a joke, or oh, at least they're not doing it with real kids, I guess. I mean, well, so we think, I guess. I mean, and now they've got the perfect shield for progressive. They're trans, and everyone falls into it by talking about the trans stuff, dude. And the MrBeast can just go, oh, you just don't like them because they're trans. No, I don't like Chris because they're probably a nonce, to be honest with you.
Just right? I mean, it's almost unbelievable that Ava Kris Tyson was tweeting this. This just reflects their personality and feelings. The strange part is that they delete most of their tweets later on. Anyway, Tyson's tweets will only become more shocking and unusual from now on. On June 21st, 2018, a user posted some scenes of a 14-year-old character named Violet from the movie Incredibles. Ava replied saying, "Low-key, she's cute."
Oh dear. Now, I don't think that's cute in the context of how a parent might describe a child, to be honest with you, okay? I'm just going to go out on a limb. You know, in and of itself, I think if someone were to say something like that, I might be like, well, they probably mean it in like a cute kid kind of way, but yeah. I mean, it's probably like around or worse than the Yard jailbait stuff. This sort of thing was extremely popular with edgy communities at the time. But the thing, wait a second, when was that subreddit banned? This is from 2018. I thought that subreddit got banned like over like what, 2010 or something, wasn't it?
The fact that Violet was 14 and Ava was a grown adult makes this even worse. The surprising part is that Ava wasn't just reacting to Shadman's work. They were friends or knew each other, to say the least. On April 16th, 2019, Ava will post a clip from their livestream where they accidentally visited Shadman's website. What's even weirder is that they gave him a shoutout stating, "Shout out to Shadbase for having safe for work drawings today."
Oh, shit,
I accidentally put up his website on stream.
I've heard of this.
However, if you still think this is a coincidence, the next incident will definitely change your mind. On January 25th, 2019, Shadman posted a picture of a character called Raphtalia from the Rising of the Shield Hero. There are two versions of her in the show. In one she is 17 and in the other she's 10. Shadman posted a 10-year-old version stating, "What is this and why do people keep sending me this?" Ava replied underneath saying, "Please Shad, please."
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. I think we all know. Chris is saying, please draw a sexualized image of this character, right? There's no way. They're asking to have a sexualized image of a 10-year-old. Yeah, on their knees begging for it. Oh my god, dude. Please, please. I'm begging you, Shadman. Please, I'll do anything. No, they meant please don't. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty fucked. And again, right? Like, obviously, I agree that obviously just the drawing in and of itself, like, it's about looking at Chris. Like, what is Chris? Like, what do we think about Chris in this? Okay. Obviously, it's that Chris seeking this out and wants this. Clearly, there's something going on up there. I say they're a fucking full blown. That's my fucking thought process on this. At absolute best, they're a nonce, okay? At worst, they're a full-blown PDF file, and there is a difference, okay? But to me, there's enough here that I'm like, nah, this person is very likely a full-blown, right? You do not see an image of a 10-year-old character and say, please draw this in a sexualized way and not have some sick designs for kids. And the trans... Okay, Nate, can we just... Listen, man. You're entitled to your opinion, okay? You're entitled to your opinion. But I just think there's plenty of trans people out there that aren't like this, okay? Just to be clear on my position. But yeah, this is fucked, man.
I believe everyone understands what this means, as Shadman is basically an illegal artist who draws this stuff. Obviously, this is messed up, but things didn't get better. On January 24th, 2020, a user named Ather replied to Ava with a photo of a girl. The story behind this image is that there are two versions of the image, one with the girl clothed and the other without, and the post was liked by Ava.
Oh! Now, normally, okay, I'm not for policing likes. As you know, I don't really care about that sort of thing, but... I prefer the other stuff, really. I prefer the other evidence. I mean, it probably is what I think it is. I think with everything else, it paints a picture, doesn't it?
These were just the incidents that had proofs or were recorded before they deleted everything.
Yeah.
One of the tweets, which wasn't clear or was out of context, said, "Nothing gets my knob cranking like some."
Oh, we've seen this before.
As we know, the meaning is inappropriate, but let's just let it go.
Off depressed people.
Lord Primarch Hitler proclaims exterminatus upon Chris Tyson.
Thank you for the 333.
Now, some people may argue that these tweets are years old. I want to clarify again that I am not hating or accusing anyone. This is purely for educational purposes. It's important to understand that Ava was invited to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and everyone should be aware of this. The fact that Shadman wasn't just an artist, but drew literal kids is even worse. He was basically—
Also, hang on a sec. Wait. Something else. I can't remember. They were pictured with some people, and there was some connection to that Giggly Goon Clown. I think Turkey Tom went over it in the video.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Who wants to bet that the Twitch streamers that were defending Chris Tyson will pretend this video doesn't exist?
Thank you for the £5. Again, the problem is that some people will be defending against the people talking about the trans stuff, where the trans stuff is, you know, not that doesn't. This is more a fucking point to make, right? Oh yeah, that was it. Finster and Gene Hollywood. Dude, Finster's got some wacky shit going on. I looked at some of the Kiwi Farms stuff. What was that doctor? There's a doctor or something that kept donating money to Finster. And they'd make these little jokes about, you know, oh, you should get fat taken on this part of your body and put it there. Oh no, a bit too much. And they donate like thousands of dollars to them. Someone must know what I'm talking about. Not Dr. Disrespect, no. One of you guys knows.
basically a predator. This situation has led to me thinking about one thing. What might have happened between Chris and Katie, as most of these tweets are from that period. We can't make assumptions, but who knows? This might be the reason. But yeah.
Escaping Chris Tyson at 3 a.m. challenge. Come on, guys.
Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. In a tweet that he just deleted, Chris from MrBeast, who recently announced he's transitioning to be a woman, says he likes which is a form of anime in which the female characters are depicted as children or babies. Many such cases among... Okay. Okay, dude.
Season. But yeah, we can only hope for the best and improvement. One important takeaway from this is to stay away on the internet too. It's not as safe as it looks.
That was actually a really good video. That was a really good video with more information in.
Okay,
yeah, I mean...
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the $2. How much to Finster out? I mean, there's no fucking price on that, okay? Because I'd never do it. Well, I tell you what we'll do as part of this segment, okay? I don't know if... I watched this when it first came out. I don't know if it was ever a segment on the channel. I tell you what we're going to do, guys. Okay? Let's go back and watch it. Let's see if what Sunny V2 said was really that outlandish. With everything else taken into account now. Here we go. How will the Chris Tyson situation impact MrBeast? See, this is what I mean, though. I think it's all just like, oh, because they're trans.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will...
Okay, I'm trying my best not to be
Chud, we the
transphobic,
chat
man.
know
But
why
I mean...
you are hopping on this train. You don't want to buy your kids that overpriced MrBeast chocolate. We are onto you, Chud.
Thank you for the 333.
So let's begin.
Why am I laughing? I'm just, that there is Chris from MrBeast, just so everyone knows, okay? Just pointing out for you. Right? There. That individual there. That woman there, that's Mr. Beast. That's Chris from Mr. Beast.
By going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the Mr. Beast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck-loving dude, yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly.
This is going to be tough, isn't it? I can tell already. Why? Why is it that sometimes some of these images, it's like a before and after, and the after it's like, oh, you've grown your hair a bit, maybe had a shave. Also, is this filtered? Is that a filtered image? It looks filtered too. Hey guys, here's my glow up. Here's my glow up. Picture A. Picture B. Longer hair. Glow up, guys. Got the razor out.
Significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as, "You went from man to boy."
Josiah rises with the hot takes. Listen, I don't think, listen guys, I'm going to disappoint my more transphobic viewers. I honestly don't think I'm going to change my perspective on this video because I think all of it is just about them being trans. I don't think, I mean, if it had any of the substance of what their other video, I'd probably be more on board with it. But it's just like, oh, Mr. Beast's third person is trans. This is going to cause any issues.
Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better." Yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his Mr. Beast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my..."
Like, all of this is just, oh, look. Doesn't Chris look weird here? Well, yeah. You know, he at the time, I guess? I don't know. They are pumping their body full of hormones, probably. Creating all sorts of crazy shit going on and wearing women's clothes. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to look a bit weird. I don't know what to tell you.
Grandmother. Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even...
What other kind of sexual is this person? Let's be honest. "I want to use my alt to let everyone know that I'm bisexual, and when I told the few people I did when I was 16, I got a lot of negative backlash from friends, family. Just know if the people around you don't love and support you, we always will."
Met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility...
See, I'm just like, oh God, I obviously watched this, I think, when it came out on stream. And even with this new information, it's just like, it's nothing. There's nothing in this video. There's nothing of any substance. The only reason you're going to agree with this is if you have got certain perspectives on trans people. This is a brave and true video. Yeah, only with that. Okay, but that's post hoc. That's after the fact. That's later on that you're looking back and going, you know, damn, this guy fucking, you know, this guy really nailed it, didn't he? No, he just kind of said, oh yeah, look, they're transitioning and they look weird.
That Chris would make efforts to return to his former self. He'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, maybe, I guess
approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing gender.
Oh, it's just so funny to me, the idea. Well, I guess maybe I'm too online with this culture war slop. But the fact you'd be like, what could that mean? I better go and Google that. Oh, it means they're changing genders. Gok.
Chris would expand on this by stating, informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies, which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend. While his
See, this is what I mean with the MrBeast stuff. It's like, oh yeah, he's not his father. And again, you know, how the like, yeah, there is a point to be made here, but it's nothing to do necessarily with the trans stuff. It's more the Shadman stuff. That was the thing that was the risk, which this doesn't bring up. Obviously, MrBeast is not Chris Tyson's father, but just it's so I just find it annoying. You know, you don't have to fucking hold MrBeast to account for anything. Whatever, do what you want to do. What annoys me is I see people going at MrBeast and they just talk about the trans stuff. That is my problem. If you're going to go at MrBeast, put in the fucking, you know, the lolicon Shadman connection. That is what you should be going at him with. It's like wasted opportunity, you know? Like, I'm not going to spend my time replying to MrBeast, trying to hold him to account for fucking Chris. But if you're going to do that, put some effort into it, okay?
While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, this is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe.
Right? Imagine if instead of that tweet, from now on, right, the tweet said, oh, look at all these crazy takes that Chris had about Lolicon. Have they ever responded to that or answered to that? That's the thing that then, because then it gets out there more. And I don't think they have talked about it, right? I don't think they have responded to this or spoken about this connection with Shadman. I think they're trying to disregard it and ignore it.
Around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be—
Bro, I'm not gok deflecting, okay? That is a very funny term though. I'm saying that this gives easy deflections. I don't know, it just feels like, imagine if it was just endless fucking Shadman. Nearly one guy. That's all good. It's funny. Good meme.
A great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such as, I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life. As well as, I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and
also the editing there as well. Throughout this video, the music and that bit there. Ooh. Ooh.
Yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and
the negative thing happened. Oh, it's all happening, guys. Yeah, I mean, listen, okay? I just honestly, this is from the perspective of a parent too. If I've got to stay in a more expensive place in order to be near my kids, okay, I think you can put aside the transitioning for a bit, all right? At least wait till they're older if you're going to do it. I don't know. I think some people wouldn't like that take. But the problem is that I think we spoke about this the other day with something. But like, there's some behavior you can engage in that your kids are not going to see, and so it's not going to have, you know, any sort of impact. Chud, just so you know, Chris did respond to the lolly stuff in Jalen's DMs. Oh, have you got a link to that? I don't think I've seen that before.
And took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his.
Chud's counting down the years until his kids are at uni to transition. Well, not to transition, no. But obviously, if my kids get older and there's an opportunity to move somewhere, I mean, I probably wouldn't move country. You know, if they were like, you know, 17, 18, something like that, like an age they could travel and stuff. I mean, if they were to university, say, I mean, yeah, why not? I don't know. Not when they're young, though.
His house, a life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure? Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself."
Yeah, sure. If you got the screenshot, by all means, DM it to me and I'll show it.
Which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also.
Dude, do you know what else is kind of annoying about this too? People get cancelled for less, right? It's like people get cancelled for way less than this, and they're getting the support of fucking YouTube, right? Yes, unreal. Like they're getting tremendous support from fucking the highest echelons of their industry. And there's people out there that don't do half as wacky, crazy shit that makes it seem that maybe they're nonce that they're going to get fucked for, you know? YouTube. Pick a side, YouTube. No, it's not about that. It's just like, come on, dude. It just seems so wrong to me. Yeah, just do it on Twitter. Like poor Dr. Disrespect. Well, no, like hold this person to, you know, well, hold this person to some standard.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I think your problem is you use your brain and dare to entertain the concept of nuance.
Hey!
Why don't you just instinctively jump to one extreme or another?
I think what you're trying to say there, Spencer Howard, thank you for the super chat, is Chud is fair, and I agree.
As well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio.
Oh, yes, okay. So this is the point where I'm glad this is all documented in this video, right? Okay. Because MrBeast is getting to wriggle out of what should be a controversy because people just endlessly talk about the trans shit. He could not respond like this if you were going, hey, what's this about Chris liking Shadman stuff? Oh, weren't you living with Chris when he had this poster on his wall, allegedly? Do you know what I mean? He can't fucking ratio that, can he? He'd be fucked. This is what I'm talking about, where I see people going at him and it's like they're going at the wrong thing. And he can wriggle away from it using fucking woke shit, essentially.
To which the original commenter would state, I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll
That's
still
a base
rest
response,
easy
though.
knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent live stream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while every
I'm trying not to... Oh my God, I'm trying to focus on the matter at hand here. But I mean, it's just like... Oh. Come on, dude. Ugh. I mean, listen, to be fair, I think more recent photos, they've learned to dress a bit more the part. Let's put it that way. But here it's a bit like, oh.
And while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
Wait, what? That was nothing. I don't think anything happened there, did it? Right? What? Okay, let me watch that again.
Making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yeah.
No, guys. This reminds me. There's a video doing the rounds, and people claim that it's the dad looking like awkward as his newfound daughter comes out of a box or something. But I don't know. I think you're gonna see. It's like a Rorschach test. You're gonna see what you want to see. I think I just see as like nothing really happening there. But if you're extremely transphobic, you're probably going to be like, oh my god, MrBeast is clearly very uncomfortable with this. That's my perspective anyway. The sweep is real. Dude, it's not a sweep. I'm saying what I see. I'm not trying to sweep anything.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, MrBeast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However,
have you considered that you're extremely transphilic and we are the sane ones? That just comes across like an awkward moment on stream. I don't know if that's related specifically to the trans stuff, right? Everyone, stop saying Stylo's correct. Anyone that says Stylo's correct is getting banned. I'm sick of it. No more. Enough.
It would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place?
No! What is the problem here? It's the fucking Shadman stuff. That's it.
Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast.
No! Oh my god. This is the problem when you cultivate a transphobic audience. He was right in spite of the fact of the things he was saying here. But he was right for the wrong reasons that he didn't mention. He was right about things he never spoke about in his video, dude.
Audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean—
Oh my god, dude, no, please spare me. Millions of queer kids who look up to you. Oh my god. The Conservatives were right. Conservatives were correct. It's over. The West has fallen. Queer kids, man. Come on, dude. Remember that channel? What was it? Queer Kid Stuff. Didn't they try and make a comeback recently? Ugh, what a fucking terrible name. Doing cutesy shit, explaining, high-level concepts about gender to children. Fucking stupid shit, man.
Queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise.
Okay, this was a this was a really stupid point. Movies and shows, they just make characters gay for the sake of it. As if it was like a planned plot point that's, you know, Chris was going to transition. I mean, if anything, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's not like a movie where they've gone, oh, this arc, you're going to be trans, actually. It's so stupid, man. You turned MrBeast woke. Yeah, this was a particularly retarded point. And surely we can all agree about that.
Of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So
views
you're
if
a
I got it.
Keemstar?
The problem is this type of situation is probably
Drama's good for growth, so I've ordered you a 2 months worth of estrogen. Take that or you're fired. Also, if he thinks drama's good for growth, what better drama is there than nonce-drama? Unleash the Kraken. Make MrBeast answer to the Shadman connection. Make Chris answer for the Shadman connection. We got messages to look at.
Probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the
Like, really? Is this even played out? I don't think the channel... I think the channel has gone from strength to strength. I don't think there's been any significant impact of this on the channel, right?
harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos.
Oh, of course, Edgar's in chat saying Sunny V21. Exactly the kind of representative of the rightoid aspect of my community there, based.
If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
You guys are so fucking annoying, do you know that? Wow, he really won by not mentioning at all the biggest controversy he could have done and just so happening to have been right about something never discussed in his video. Oh my god, dude. This is the audience I've cultivated. Bigoted, transphobic. The worst of the worst. The deplorables. You're the deplorables. Now, to be fair, this, there's a lot of people that are, saying this video is stupid too. It's just indicative of the wonderful, culture, Okay. Okay, we've got a couple of other things to look at here. What is this? Okay, this looks, oh dear. This is, oh. Big Bungie's really letting it fly, it looks like. It's bizarre that George Not Found gets so much shit over tickling a girl, but the guy who supports multiple P words just gets a free pass before he his into a You can read it. Also, The Thick of It is a great show, eh? It absolutely is. Morning routine. The alternate caption was going to be average Hassan RB enjoyer. What? Hello? Anyway, apparently they did respond to the controversy. Big Bungie is the GOAT. I agree. Okay, thank you very much for sharing this with me. Oh, it is a bit cut off. Maybe I've shown this before. Oh, I'm a bit loath to show this. Fuck it. Let's just read it, okay? This could be total bullshit. Okay, it's not verified. If anyone asks, just say you talked to me and I explained it was a shitty joke to get likes from a reply from Chud. I didn't even know about all the stuff he did. But one of his first controversies, I stopped interacting with him a long time ago. It's not verified. I feel like this is real and it came to me in a dream. If it's from Jalen, then yeah, it could be completely fake. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate showing stuff that I can't look at least to see the name and go, okay, well, I got a fair belief this is true. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have shown this without knowing for sure. I'm taking an L, possibly. It was literally verified when the tipster shit started. Okay. I just don't trust Jalen. Do you want tip 10 about Chris Tyson? Shinji, sure. Link it. Link it. Are you reading Kick Chad? Did Sonny V2 know about the Chad stuff at the time that he made the vid about Chris? Well, dude, I don't know. Presumably not. Otherwise, he probably would have included it, right? But he's a daily commentary channel. Well, maybe not daily, but you know, he's the kind of person. I mean, dude, that would have been such a good thing to include. Is Chris controversial? Talk about the trans stuff if you want, but then say there's also something lurking a bit deeper that I'm going to get into now. Connection with Shadman, and then showing that stuff the other guy showed. I mean, some of the stuff I think that guy had dug up somehow elsewhere, but some of the shit was been out for years now, like the cranking tweet and stuff like that. Your whole point was he should have talked about the Shad stuff, but then you said he didn't even know about it. No, I think, okay. It's one of those situations where it's like, you should have known about it. Okay? Like the idea, it demonstrates a lack of research to not know about that part of it. But there's plenty of things that people don't know. But I think if you're going to make a video talking about how this person might be controversial to someone else, I think it's like, well, that's the thing that is going to be the most controversial of all. So surely that's the thing that you would want to fucking bring up, not just harp on the trans stuff repeatedly. I think I literally started the current Chad narrative on MrBeast. At the very least, I gave it a real push, and that was after. Well, you're just responsible for everything, aren't you, Nicholas? Eh? Like, obviously, you don't need to mention everything about someone. But if the point of your video is specifically, is this person going to be controversial for MrBeast? Well, that's something that would be a big thing to include, because that's probably the most controversial thing of all, right?